Now there's a loading screen.
There is a loading screen. You awake to the sound of waves and seagulls cawing, and when you open your eyes, you notice that your friends are with you. You are laid upon a beach, and it seems to be some kind of coastline. And pretty much what you can see.
Question: are these like seagulls used to human or not?
Seagulls? What? Sorry.
Okay, well, seagulls here, if they've been around humans, they're not afraid of us, and they're basically looking for handouts.
Oh, I see.
But other birds and stuff would not even get near us. But seagulls will come to see and look what you've got.
These seagulls are just flying around in the sky.
Okay.
They seem occupied with fishing and kind of thing. It's not really a rocky coastline. It's a sandy coastline, so none of them are particularly landing at the moment.
Right.
So
they're not trash birds.
No, doesn't seem that way.
Okay. Just to check. I mean,
no, that's fine.
I'm assuming that wouldn't change over time or place. I mean, if they're used to picking up human trash, they're used to picking up trash. So
it's more like none of them are coming to settle down. They're in the middle of their daily business. There is definitely a salty wind coming in off the ocean. And as far as you can see, it's just sea on the horizon, so there's no like islands out there or anything like that.
So I check to make sure everybody's up and okay.
Okay.
I'm fine.
I think some people might still be a little bit hurt, but I'm not sure.
Well,
if you had damage before, then you still will.
Yeah, so let's lay hands on each of us. So that would be
nice.
A 15 for Corin and 16 for me.
Back to full health.
Yay. So 16 for Morpicana.
Yep. No, not fine. Yep.
That feels nice. Nice and warm. Still feel dirty. I think I'll go clean myself up. But a nice big ocean, so let's take a swim. Swim. Sort of.
So I'm gonna look like for any footprints on the beach or any sign of like detritus or wash up of human stuff.
Got you. Give me a survival check. Anyone can give me this if you wish.
Oh no, I'm busy with sniffing myself.
Yes.
If I smell bad, I will take a dip in the water to freshen myself up.
Oh, very good.
19.
Okay. You don't see any footprints on the beach. In fact, there's none around you even. It's as though you just kind of appeared here.
Mm-hmm.
There's no impact below you or anything like that, so you didn't fall out the sky or anything. You just literally seem to appear on this beach. Let's see. Corin, you can see in the distance, out to sea, there seems to be a kind of reef.
Mm-hmm.
And it stretches the length of the bay that you are in. Behind you, further inland, it's dense forest. And it's a kind of coniferous forest, so this island's kind of cold. It's not like tropical by any means.
So like Godland or something like that?
Yeah.
Oh, that okay. So it's not Siberian.
Yeah, exactly. It's like a
No, if there's a reef, it has to at least be somewhat warm.
the water seems warm.
Yeah.
But the island seems
I would say probably the best thing to do is to walk along the coast and see if we see any sign of civilization rather than trying to trudge through the woods. I mean, if we're on an island, there's going to be a dock or something for human civilization.
Mm-hmm.
So it's probably best to stay near there and look for any place to like take shelter.
I want to scan the horizon for smoke. If there's any sign of like rising smoke.
Okay.
From anywhere.
So as it is, you're on the beach, and as you look up, all you can see is trees because the trees are filling your entire view.
Okay.
So it's kind of hard to see carry on without heading further inland. You can see above the trees, further inland, there seems to be what looks like a mountain range. So you could probably get a better view if you headed inland. But you'd have
So
to get through the
this
forest
island's pretty big.
if it is an
It's
island.
not. If it is, okay. Is there a lot of like? Let's see, what do we seawood on the around? Like, can we just pick up sticks that have washed up for
Yes, there is
fire and
driftwood.
stuff? Okay, driftwood.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, all right, if we've got that, we don't have to worry about trying to make fire right away. So, what time of day does it seem like?
It seems like the middle of the day, so like noon.
All right.
Um,
So, do we want to split up and go in each in a direction and see if we can find people? And
I don't think that's safe.
well, I would say along the coast and just kind of like go around the nearest bend and then see if either of us see anything.
How far is the mountain? Like, is it a day's march? Could we be there before dark?
You could probably make it before dark, yes. To the like foot of the mountain. Climbing it would be hard to judge until you're close.
Right.
Okay, I think we should go to the mountain then. Just get a better view, because if we walk in one direction, we might miss something that's only a few miles away on the other.
Okay.
Okay.
Well,
All right,
it's better to get
I've
some
got
food
a-
first.
I've got
And
a
I'd rather
sword.
not split up, because
Okay.
like you'd never know what inhabits these forests.
Right.
or
So
these
we
seas.
know that we could probably get fish from the ocean. We can use the driftwood for fire. We've got steel, so all we need to find is some kind of flint along the way. And, we can always use my helmet to boil things in. So, I'm
That's a
just
good
being
idea.
honest.
Yeah, that's good.
Why do you
So-
need a helmet? I got this nice frying pan still. Come on. Seriously.
That's true, so we could cook
Oh.
the
There's
fish.
2 frying
Yeah, I
pans.
told you it was a good idea to take a frying pan.
It was.
Yes.
Okay.
Cool. only we had some
So
butter.
we can. Yeah. So all we need to do now is find water.
And butter.
All right.
Yeah. Let's head inward. Make sure we're blazing a trail on the back side of the trees.
Got you.
Do you know what I mean? Not the front side. You do it on the back side.
Nope.
So when you're
No,
coming
you-
back, you can see it.
So, like,
Or
you can-
heck, I'd
yeah, you
blaze
mark it.
both sides. So
Well, how about we find some shelter so we can sleep somewhere safe and
That-
have some food around?
But yeah, I'm just marking a trail as we go in, so we know where we've been and we don't get lost.
Mhm.
Well, don't you just remember where you've been? Shouldn't be that hard.
Not through a forest.
Well, you'd know whether
It's not a big deal. So I mean, I would just do it without even thinking
Yeah,
and make sure that I'm doing it right as we head into the woods.
no worries.
Well, I'll just follow you because I would probably get lost in the forest.
Exactly. No
Well-
problem.
Because the land is sloping upwards, it's easy to tell whether you're heading inland or towards the sea.
All right.
So anyway, you start trudging off up the coast, and you head into the trees.
Oh Jesus!
Any animal tracks or things like that?
Okay, that will be another survival check.
All right.
You
Sure.
can hear birds.
Oh, that was a 3. Could someone else do survival?
You can hear birds. You can
Of
see
course.
various, like berries and things around.
Survival is my second name,
Hmm.
and now I jinxed it probably. Well,
Oh, it's better than me.
I found a tree. Look at that.
So you can't see any tracks, but you occasionally see like squirrels on the tree.
Oh,
Okay.
You can like hear rustlings in the distance, and there's various like little bits of poop and stuff like that from animals.
Okay, so we've got animals. Okay, that's a good sign.
Well,
Seems to be like
that means we can
rabbits
meet
and
if we can
things.
catch them.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay.
I'd also like pick up some rocks and try the back of my sword for flint.
Okay.
Not the sharp edge, the back edge,
Mhm.
and see if I can get
Oh.
some sparks.
I got this brilliant idea, not because I'm smart, but just because I thought of it. What about if we find a spot where we can camp for the night? Then I'll make sure we get a fire going, and you guys make sure there's some food we can cook.
Yeah, but we're just kind of looking for like an ideal spot, I guess,
Yeah.
too,
Okay.
as we head to the mountain. So let's try to head to the mountain, see what's at the base of the mountain, and then figure out whether or not to make camp. So
Got it.
unless it starts getting like longer in the day. So
And just make sure that you know I'm not very good at wilderness thingies. I'm not very comfortable being in the woods late at night when it's dark with all the dangerous animals about. Just saying.
oh no, don't worry about it.
from
Animals like me.
From what you guys can tell, it's the middle of the day, and from the feel of it, from Corin's earlier check, it's kind of like not quite autumn. It's like very late summer.
Okay.
So the days are still fairly long. So you reckon you have probably about 7 hours yet until it starts getting dark.
So we can easily hike a couple of hours and try to find a spot.
Yeah. Bear in mind that when it does get dark in the forest, it gets dark bloody quick. But
Yeah, I'll make sure we have a fire then.
yes. Okay.
Can you make a fire? Do you have like stuff to make a fire, or
I'm pretty handy. I can make a fire. Don't worry.
okay?
As long as the wood is, of course, not soaked in water and it's burnable, then probably yes.
It's alright. Okay, so you keep heading on, and you're basically trudging through here. It's tough going. There's like very rough tundra below you. There's lots of rocks, that kind of thing. And there doesn't seem to be anything in the way of paths. Occasionally you have to kind of scramble up some rocks when it gets particularly steep. Fortunately, there's a few little brooks here and there of like trickling water.
Okay.
It's very mossy ground. And you keep travelling on for what seems to be 2 hours. And you're still basically heading inland. But the mountain's much, much closer now.
All right.
It's up to you if you want to keep going.
No signs of human or
You haven't
civilization.
seen anything yet.
All right. Yeah. So I keep heading to the mountain.
Okay. If you
Get
want,
on.
we can just keep heading towards the mountain. It's just because he said.
Basically, I would try to get above the tree line,
Got you.
not necessarily the top of the mountain, but just about high enough to be above the trees, and just try to find a lookout point.
Got you. Okay. Well, you keep heading on, and sure enough, you end up coming out at the mountain. Sorry, at the foot of the mountain, and from here you've got a very good look of your surroundings. You're above the trees, and sure enough, it's an island.
Oh.
Is that like literally the layout we see,
No.
or like part of it? Okay.
It's the closest thing I could find to the right side of the island.
Okay.
Sorry, guys. However,
That's okay.
I can show you kind of what you can see. Pop.
Okay.
So at the moment, you guys are here. So I'll put a little mark.
So we
on.
started like here or
Yes.
here?
Okay.
Started down here, which meant that you couldn't actually see it was an island because the thing curved away.
Well, we've got fresh running water, and that lake
Let me,
or pond.
let me mark off what it is. Yes,
Wait,
it's
wait,
definitely
what's-
big enough to be a lake.
What's this?
Yeah,
over
we
here?
got fresh water, so we can just waste away on this island. Great.
What's
So any
what's
of you
this?
guys can build a
Hold on.
boat or something.
Okay. So from here you can see several things of interest as you kind of like circle around the edge of the mountain. Going any higher up the mountain would be quite difficult. However, you could see there's something nearby, like halfway up there. It's kind of like a ledge. Way down near the lake, you can see something which looks to be some kind of structure.
Like what? Sorry.
A
structure.
Yeah.
Structure. Okay, you
by the
just
lake
happened
edge.
to.
How long would it take us to get down to that structure?
Heading downhill would be much quicker. You could probably just about make it by nightfall.
Well, if that's a structure, we could probably use it, and that's going to make an easier camp than anything else.
Yeah, that's true.
Also, when you go around, there's definitely something over here. Looks to be some kind of path near some waterfalls, that kind of thing. And it's kind of hard to see, but again, there's something. That looks like-
I'd rather try to see what's over here because that'll be a place to stay for the night. It's got water. All we have to do is boil it if it's fresh water, which will be easy to do.
Mm-hmm.
And then we can come back here tomorrow and check out the ledge. We have more time.
Yeah. I think
Sounds
also
like a
it's
splendid
best to
idea.
first set a fortified camp and from there, do anything.
And then we can try to fish or,
Got you.
find food. I mean, we can go a day without food. And it seems like there is game and stuff. So let's try there.
Okay.
And then tomorrow the ledge. And most likely after that, we'll probably take a good part of the day to go to the other side.
Okay. Can you give me perception rolls, please?
Mhm.
Okay.
Oh,
The horse, of course.
silly me! Can I summon my horse?
Okay. You can try it.
I'm just going to try it.
Okay.
Just see if he comes.
It's not showing up yet.
So he didn't show up?
If it heard the call, it might be swimming across the ocean.
Well, I mean, no, he's supposed to show up at my side regardless of things.
Not
It's
showing
kind of
up.
like a celestial thing. So if he's not showing up, he's not showing up.
Unfortunately, he's not showing up.
Okay. Because it's regardless of distance. So
All right. So Conrad and Morpicana,
Mhm.
you hear a snuffling kind of sound in some bushes nearby, and out comes what seems to be a large hairy pig.
I jumped
Tusks.
behind the closest person of my
is that a result of my summoning my horse? Just
It could be. It could be. It certainly seemed to show up.
no, like really. Like, does it just come out like lackadaisical, or do we scare it?
It's a few feet away. It's just kind of snuffling around at the ground. It's making snorty noises. It's like...
Yeah, I'm gonna
So
try to
it's
creep
not
up.
doing anything.
I'm gonna try to go after this thing.
Okay. You take a step forward, and it kind of lifts its head, turns and looks at you. Kind of looks at you each in turn. And it goes... and just runs off
Okay.
into the shrubbery.
Good. We have bacon.
Dinner to go.
We have salt from the ocean plus pig equals bacon.
That is true.
And pork chops and everything else. So delicious.
Okay.
My spirits have been raised. All right, so let's head to that structure and see what that's
Yeah.
about.
I think we should do that. Maybe we'll find a
So-
bow or something.
Yeah, kind of follow that stream
Got ya.
that we see and just follow that in. So it
Okay.
shouldn't take us too long.
Okay.
So off you go again. Heading.
So again, keeping trying to look for a footpath or something.
Mm-hmm. There isn't any kind of footpaths here.
Is there any spring or something? Where does this water come from?
This water comes out from basically a hole in the mountainside. Just
Good.
trickles through, and it kind of gathers more water as it goes on. It is fresh running
Okay.
water.
So that trickle coming out of the mountain should be fresh water.
Yes, it is.
So we should be able to drink there.
Yes.
So let's all take a good healthy,
Okay.
drink from it and move on.
You take a sip from the water. It's very crystal clear, but it's ice cold. It's very refreshing, but it's so cold. It's like it kind of takes your breath away for a moment. But feeling refreshed, you head on, and the stream just keeps getting wider and wider as you head down. Again, there's no trails or anything, and eventually you reach the lake.
Oh,
Okay.
So it's got a shore. As usual, the lake is very placid. It's kind of just got slow ripples from the water and that kind of thing, but there's no proper waves or anything. And you see the remnants of what seems to be a fire, and of course, a hut.
How old does the fire seem?
Okay, so that will be survival checks. I'm just going to put you guys on this map.
So it makes sense.
Okay.
All right.
Let's remove Ember off for now. I mean, he is with you.
Yeah, and of course, Ember could make fire with just
Yeah.
prestidigitation. So
Okay, so yeah, there's no firewood in this place. It's just the remnants of a few stones. It's kind of
Well, we have a
overgrown.
forest around us for wood.
yeah, I guess I was looking to see if there's like any fresh, just like swamped out, dead, muddy, or is it like ashes?
It's basically just there's not even ashes here anymore. It's kind of overgrown.
Okay.
But it's
So it
dry.
like hasn't been used in like an entire season at least.
Oh, definitely.
Okay.
It's been a long time. The hut is in a similar state. There's various holes in the roof, that kind of thing. Inside there's a simple cot, which has been made out of like wooden driftwood, essentially lashed together by what seems to be vines. And in the middle is a lever, a stretch of flattened out leather, which is also quite torn and has definitely seen better days.
Well, it's going to be easier probably to patch up this roof than to make one ourselves. So, this, probably go out, cut down some branches, try to patch the roof, and this is going to be home for the night.
For these. So you.
What do you guys think?
I think I'll go clean inside. Make it nice and comfy for us.
Okay.
I still want to search the hut for like anything that would actually indicate towards someone or something in there in the.
So basically, you can tell that this place has been lived in by one person, and it seemed like someone that came here fairly regularly. They must have lived here for a decent amount of time. However, it seemed to be a very long time ago. Whatever it was.
All right.
From the way things are positioned and the heights and that kind of thing, you assume they were probably humanoid. But any more than that, it's kind of hard to tell. Of medium size, obviously.
Oh, Adam, I'm going to try to just like go off a little ways from everybody, try to pray.
Okay.
Now that we're on a different plane, and just see if I sense anything.
You don't sense anything at all.
Okay.
It's just absent. Okay, but between you get a fire going with various like bits of wood that you found, and you start patching up the roof, and you, Corin in particular is very adept at this kind of thing. It doesn't really take much to do, and you've got a nice little hut going there. It'll be a bit of a squeeze for all of you to fit in there, but it should suffice for a night.
Are there like any materials to make a net or a bow, or something like a string or ropes? Because
are you thinking like a hammock?
No, I'm more thinking about that. Hunting a giant pig with a long sword is probably not the most effective technique to do. So,
So you're trying to make a net?
yeah, or like a bow, or like a throwing spear with a harpoon style. So,
there's
just a simple trap.
There's various things that are suitable for.
Well, hold on. We've got a knife, a simple knife and dagger. We get a good stick on it, and we can make a spear.
That's good.
Or you could use that to sharpen lengths of wood into spears.
Yeah, we could do that too.
Okay.
So yeah, why don't we can make some fire hardened spears.
All right.
And
oh yeah, we can just like
take down some good sized limbs. So yeah.
All right.
While we're cutting down brush basically to fit the roof, we'll see if we find some spears and equip us all with those, because we probably want to save our blades.
Yep.
Yeah, the edge of our blades as much as possible. So a couple of hardened spears is
fair enough. Well, a spear does 1d8 damage. It's critical times 3, and you can throw it up to a range of 20 feet. It's obviously piercing. It's a weight of 6 pounds, and it requires 2 hands. It has a special called Brace, which I'm going to have to click, but I'm pretty sure that just means if someone charges you, you get to do bonus.
Mhm.
You stick it in the ground and basically let them impale themselves on it.
If you use a readied action to set a brace weapon against a charge, you deal double damage on a successful hit against a charging creature. So that's actually pretty good. But yeah. So you make a selection of spears. You get this place looking quite nice. When you head in after Morpicane has been in the hut, he's cleaned everything up quite nicely. Seems he's quite busy. He's even repaired the cot. So that's definitely completely capable of supporting a full-grown person now. The only thing you're really lacking is food. But other than that, it's getting dark by now. And,
Can we? So we started a fire, right?
yes.
Right. So I'd probably use the frying pan to like brew some tea out of needles.
Okay.
At least give us some warm, somewhat citrusy beverage.
Okay. Can you all give me survival again, please?
Oh no.
I'll just watch as people are doing the thing. Are you sure that's gonna taste nice?
I've done it. I've actually really done it myself. It's not that bad.
By the way, I assume that the water in the lake is clear. So like,
Well, that's also why I'm boiling it. It's just
yeah.
yeah, but I wanted to know if there are like fish in it or something like that.
It's good
If I
odds
see
that
anything.
it's good odds there are fish in it.
Do we hear any frogs?
No.
Okay, because those we could eat too. They're easy to catch, easier to catch.
Le froc.
Hey, you know what? Catch a couple of those, and it's a lot better than nothing.
Okay. Anyone else with survival?
Nope.
No.
Well, I mean, he's brewing the tea, so
Okay. Well,
meanwhile, I'm just standing by the lake and looking for fish.
fair enough. You brew some nice citrusy smelling tea with the needles. And you take a drink. Can you give me a fortitude save, please?
Oh god.
Anyone who takes
What?
a sip.
Oh, no. He said it's good, so I'll try it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like
It's a
how
bit
how
funny.
delayed is that save? Is it like immediately or is it like 5 minutes later? Because if
it's
it's
immediate.
5 minutes later, okay, then I won't.
Tastes a little bit funny. Is that normal?
You're like, puh, it tastes horrible.
What did you call this? Needle tea?
It's pine needle tea. It's not that bad.
I thought there was something sticking on my tongue. Yeah.
There's something up with this. It doesn't taste like proper pine needles. It seems you may have miscalculated and taken something from the wrong kind of tree.
I wish it was mint tea. So much better.
Well, go see if you can find something else. So I'll chuck that and just boil some water.
Yeah.
And just, it's just to be safe.
I hope you guys won't be tripping balls in like 1 hour. So.
You might be. We're like, oh god, the pink
Boar, the hairy
balls.
boar god is there. Oh no.
Yeah.
It's not like I was like picking out like birch tree sap to chew on. That's good too.
Yeah, if there's nothing else importantly to do, I'll just go around and pick up some more sticks for the rest of the night.
Yep.
Keep the fire going.
So between you, you managed to get something that's fairly tasty as a tea anyway. You found something proper. You put some dock leaves in and that kind of thing. Bit of mint. It's not too bad. And you basically sleep when it gets dark, obviously.
Should we take a watch?
That's up to you guys.